Hey there, gamers all around. Welcome, and chaos, everyone. This is the Mystery Livestream, where we find out what we're gonna play today. All this week, I'm just gonna find out what we're really gonna play, like all this week, pretty much. Because I don't really have a plan. I have a plan. I don't really have a plan. If that makes sense. I basically have this set of dice. You guys can't see this, but I have this dice. I have dice in front of me. Um, Maybe a little triggering because of the type of dice that they have. I couldn't find D&D dice to use as an alternative, but I have D&D dice, or I don't have D&D dice. I have dice, just dice, and basically I have a number 1 through 6, and each number means a type of genre or a type of game that I'm going to play, whether that be RPG, adventure, simulator, story based, survival, and horror. Those are the 6 genres that I chose because I don't really have a lot of genres to choose from on Steam, at least. And with horror, if I get number 6, because 6 is horror, the only games I really have is Doki Doki Literature Club or Undertale if I chose to do the genocide route, but I'm not doing that. So the only game that I have on the table for the number 6 would be horror, and that'd be Doki Doki. So that's going to be the only game that I can play. Because I mean, it is a horror game psychologically, psychological horror game. I don't have FNAF. I don't have um any other games on my Steam that's considered horror. I just don't. Unless you count Plague Inc. Evolved, but I don't count that because that's simulated. That's simulation. Um, and then adventure games. I don't have many adventure games. The only game I can pull off as an adventure game would be Wolf Quest. But if I do like the Zorro Let's Play, because I can do a voice impression of Christopher R. Sabat apparently. But if I can pretend to play as Zorro and get lost in Wolf Quest because that's Zorro's thing. But I'd be doing his dub voice, not his sub voice, because that's voiced by Christopher R. Sabat, and I can do a pretty good voice impression of him. Well, my version of Christopher R. Sabat of when I impress, I can't speak, do a voice impression of him. My version of him would be more like All Might, but that's besides the point. And then RPG games, I don't have many to choose from. And I have a lot of story-based games, and I have a lot of survival-based games, and then I have a lot of simulator games. So if I get any number between 3 to 5, we're good because those are the only options that I have. So I tried to choose my genres in my head of like what I really wanted, of like the genres, what I wanted to choose from, because I know there's a lot more genres than just 6 for games, especially video games. But I just decided to go with 6 genres because I'm using a 6-sided dice, make it easier on myself, and I broke it up into 6 genres because I tried thinking of what I have at the moment, not of the genres that are out there, because there's a lot. Um, but we'll just roll the dice. We'll see what number we get. So I'm using a board, like, not really a board game, can't call it a board game. I'm using a dice game to roll the dice, see what number I get, and it's going to be all picked by random. And then whatever number we get, that's the genre that we're playing for today. And then every Monday, we're going to be playing whatever genre we get, pretty much. And this is a thing that I just made up, like just now. While I was driving in my car, it was just a thought that just popped up. What if I did this? You know, I like, because I like being creative like that. Okay, so sorry if you guys hear that. And I got 4, which is story-based games. So that's gonna be Mondays, because today's Monday. So okay, so Mondays we're gonna be playing story-based games. All right, and then tomorrow I'll roll the dice again to see what we played Tuesdays. What I could do really is I could just roll the dice today for 7 days. I don't have 7 genres. I only have 6. All right, so I guess we're playing Life is Strange today, but I only got 1 hour, so I don't know how that's going to pull off. I don't know how that's going to pull off. Let me set my timer so that way I know. Safe mode, safe mode. Just play. I'm just going to set it off for 1 hour. I know what Life is Strange is about. I've already played it. I don't know if I played it for this channel, so if this is like a repeat, then I'm sorry. But you know, I'm playing Life is Strange for the channel. I wanted to play Life is Strange for the channel anyways, so this is kind of a win-win scenario anyways. As soon as the game loads and I start playing the game, I'm going to set my timer for 1 hour. I'm going to be live streaming for about an hour. Maybe it'll be a little more just because I was trying to pick out what game what genre game I'm playing for Mondays. It's story based, so Life is Strange. Doki Doki Literature Club would also count as story because it's also story based. So, like Doki, there's some games I have on my Steam account that's like a 2-for-1. It's horror, but it's also story based. So that maybe one day if I'm not playing Doki Doki Literature Club, like the same day or the same week that I'm playing it for horror, then like kindergarten would be more horror. But then that would be another 2-for-1. That would be a story because there's timelines. Like, timelines. I just mean that like there's the janitor run, although he doesn't really have stories. He's just a cranky old dude. Um, I'm getting off. I'm getting sidetracked. I only have an hour, so but what I'm trying to get at here is like there are some games in the horror genre that would act as a 2-for-1, both story-based game and horror. But if I get horror for one of these weeks, one of these days for the week, then I'm playing Doki Doki Literature Club as a horror game, not as the story game. So that's all I was trying to get at. And same thing with kindergarten if I, were to download it. So I haven't downloaded it. Alright, so I'm gonna start a new game. Alright, new game. Oh, I forgot to turn off music in Life is Strange. There's a lot of music in Life is Strange. Ah, copyright. I got this. Alright, so that's 1 hour. I kind of already played this game before, so I kind of know what's coming. But I'm not gonna say anything or, you know. So I'm just explaining if my reaction isn't the reaction you guys wanted to see. That's because I've already played this.
Where am I? What's happening? I'm trapped in a storm? How did I get here? And where is here? Wait, there's the lighthouse. I'll be safe if I can make it there. I hope. Please let me make it there.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me go to settings. Audio. What? It doesn't let me. So it doesn't let me, choose turn copyright music off. Alright, well then that's fine. Because it's the first game, it's not the second game. Still great music though. Oh wait, I don't want to waste too much time here because I only got an hour. There's a lot to do in Life is Strange. I just don't want to waste too much time because I only got an hour. I want to progress the game as much as I possibly can in 1 hour, and that's going to be hard because there's a lot to do in Life is Strange. There's a lot to do in kindergarten, or, you know, a lot of story-based games. There's a lot to do.
That was so surreal.
Sorry.
Film little pieces of time. But he could be talking about photography, as he likely was.
Okay, I'm in class. Everything's cool. I am okay.
From light to shadow. From color.
Turn this down because otherwise I'll be yelling.
To chiaroscuro.
There we go.
Now, can you give me an example of a photographer who perfectly captured the human condition in black and white?
I didn't fall asleep, and that sure didn't feel like a dream.
Bueller?
Weird.
Diane Arbus.
There you go, Victoria. Why Arbus?
Because of her images of hopeless faces, you feel like totally haunted by the eyes of those sad mothers and children.
She saw humanity as tortured, right? And frankly, it's bullshit. Shh, 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 shh. Keep that to yourself. Seriously, though, I could frame any one of you in a dark corner and capture you in a moment of desperation.
Look at this crap. How can I show this to Mr. Jefferson? I can hear the class laughing at me now.
Too obvious? What if Arbus chose to capture people at shh, shh, shh. I believe Max has taken what you kids call a selfie. A dumb word for a wonderful photographic tradition. And Max has a gift. Of course, as you all know, the photo portrait has been popular since the early 1800s. Your generation was not the first to use images for selfie expression. Sorry, I couldn't resist. The point remains that the portraiture has always been a vital aspect of art and photography for as long as it's been around. Now, Max, since you've captured our interest and clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits?
First, they give me a lame
I did know,
choice.
but I kind of forgot.
You either know this or not, Max. Is there anybody here who knows their stuff?
Louis Daguerre was a French painter who created daguerreotypes, a process that gave portraits a sharp reflective style like a mirror. Now you're totally stuck in the retro zone. Sad face.
Very good, Victoria. The Daguerrean process brought out fine detail in people's faces, making them extremely popular from the 1800s onward. The first American daguerreotype self-portrait was done by Robert Cornelius. You can find out all about him in your textbook, or even online. And guys, don't forget the deadline to submit a photo in the Everyday Heroes contest. I'll fly out with the winner to San Francisco, where you'll be feted by the art world. It's great exposure, and it can kickstart a career in photography. So Stella and Alyssa, get it together. Taylor, don't hide. I'm still waiting for your entry too. And yes, Max, I see you pretend